guys. We're getting it done.
Preparation started early, getting everything ready for the third season premiere of our award-winning Inside Long Beach. As I, Farouk Tahi, the newest member on the crew, slipped into my tux, Linden Avenue at Elm transformed into an outdoor movie theater, welcoming the crowd to this amazing red carpet event. As guests arrived, not only were photos taken by our very own paparazzi, but our crews were also on hand capturing thoughts and feelings about the show.
This is a great show because it tells Long Beach what's going on in Long Beach, what's happening in Long Beach, how are we redeveloping Long Beach. It's great.
I have seen Inside Long Beach and I think it's wonderful. Anytime that the redevelopment agency has taken areas that are blighted, all of those things, I think it's an amazing way to showcase the projects that are going on in the city of Long Beach.
A great show, and it really shows the different aspects of Long Beach. I mean, Long Beach is such a diverse city. There's so much going on here. I look at the downtown area here and the revitalization going on, and wherever the arts come, the next thing that's going to happen is redevelopment, and it's going to be a busy area after that.
This is another great way to celebrate all that Long Beach is doing, and I love the television show because it tells so many good stories about our city, things that we really need to get out into the public. You know, we've got beautiful location, we're right by the beach, we've got parks, we've got beautiful condos going in downtown, so yeah, there's a lot of things that you can watch on our show and learn about.
While the main event was a screening of the newest episode of Inside Long Beach's monthly show, it was also time to catch up with some of the wonderful people Nautica, my co-host on the show, and I have had the pleasure and honor of meeting over the past year. One gentleman in particular took us by surprise and in fact set the tone for the fun-filled evening when we asked him to join us on stage. Now we got Michael here from Puerto del Sol that just opened up last year. You know, what have you been most proud of about that project since it opened, last year?
Well, there's a lot that I want to say about it, but before I answer your question, I'm not going to let this opportunity go without doing something I've wanted to do my whole life.
Okay.
And as an affordable housing developer, I don't think I'm ever going to have a chance to be on a red carpet again.
Okay.
So if you'll bear with me 1 second. Nautica, who
Yes.
are you wearing?
Who am I wearing? I'm actually wearing LSO. It's Linda Stokes, and she makes dresses for Janet Jackson.
It's absolutely lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel special.
Kidding aside, these pre-show interviews gave us yet another opportunity to learn more about all the projects that both the Long Beach Redevelopment Agency and the Long Beach Housing Development Company have been involved with and are planning for our community. Now we got Michael here from Puerto del Sol that just opened up last year. What have you been most proud of about that project since it opened, last year?
Puerto del Sol is a development that we're incredibly proud of at Jamboree. We worked very closely in partnership with the City of Long Beach, with LBHDC. They were a fantastic partner on what was a very complex project. The thing that we love about working with Long Beach is it's a city that understands affordable housing, understands the importance of it, recognizes that it's necessary to have a stable economy, to have affordable housing, to have housing available for people across the economic spectrum.
We have Craig Kogin. He is one of our special guests today with the Downtown Long Beach Associates. You do so much for this community and so much for this area. I know one of the biggest things that you do, especially the summertime, the concert series.
Well, we are planning the Summer in Music concert series again for the third year next summer. We had a very successful event this year, a series of events. Funk Festival was great. The Busker Fest taking place in the East Village was a great success. So we're looking forward to another series of summer events starting next year. The events that we produced this past year really generated about $2 million in economic impact for the city and for downtown businesses, a direct impact. So we feel as though there's a great return on the investment that we're making and certainly bringing something back to the community.
We have Blair, one of my favorite peoples, Blair Cohen. Any new projects on Bixby Knolls for 2011?
Well, we always have a ton of tricks up our sleeves. So
We're always looking for what's new. We're painting, we're planting, we're fixing up, we're activating storefront windows, we're recruiting. We've got our supper club, our strollers, our happy hours. I mean, it's just a myriad of things we do just to keep the energy up.
You know, there's people hard at work making it happen on paper in their vision. And someone here, Pat Brown, is here from the Long Beach Housing Development, from the board. It's going to tell us how it all works. So, Pat, tell me, what does the board do, and how much are you guys really involved in the decision making and the vision of a lot of these projects?
Well, I think the board is probably one of the most important boards in Long Beach for the amount of work that we do and the amount of housing units that have been produced in the last 7-8 years. I think it's phenomenal.
In 2011, what can we expect for this city?
Bigger and better things from the housing board. We have 4 or 5 projects on the shelf, and I think some of those will be coming to fruition in 2 or 3 years. We had a little setback with the recession, but I think now that hopefully that's behind us, great things are going to be in the future.
John Thomas come on up to the stage and I'll talk about it. You know,
Hi,
with
John.
the RDA and the LBHDC putting together so many great new projects here
Yes.
in Long Beach, one of the things that touched me personally is the commitment to historic preservation. Tell us a little bit more about why historical preservation is so important, not only in general, but here in Long Beach.
Well, you know, we have a fabulous community. Long Beach is over 100 years old, and for us to be able to attract and retain great residents and businesses, it's great to have a historic context to be able to tell the story of the evolution of Long Beach and how wonderful businesses and residents and entrepreneurs helped create Long Beach and shape Long Beach to be the fabulous city we are. And right now, what we say will tell other future generations. So it's so important. And from the redevelopment agency standpoint, as we move through communities and project areas to eliminate blight and stabilize communities using redevelopment agency funds, it's a natural mix to go ahead and look at historic preservation. It's sustainable, it's green, and again, it helps tell that story of the evolution of Long Beach for future generations to enjoy.
Since you were on LBTV, what has it done for you? Have you gotten recognition? Have you gotten phone calls? Have you gotten a hot date? A marriage proposal?
The paparazzis won't leave me alone, to be honest with you. It's
Well, then you can thank me for that.
it actually was a great experience. I think anytime you have the opportunity to get some positive PR out there, it's a good thing to do. And you guys, this is a fantastic show that you put on, and we were just happy to be a part of it.
The pre-show activities continue as more and more guests arrive. But before we said, roll that DVD, there was one guest we truly wanted to thank. To do this honor, we asked Vice Mayor Suja Lowenthal to join us.
I have the great pleasure of recognizing someone in our community that has done a wonderful job at revitalizing a historic asset. And I want to just read a little something so I don't forget exactly the details. But in 2008, Inside Long Beach launched their award-winning show at the renovated, beautiful Art Theater on 4th Street. Yet another success story. We've been talking about success stories here tonight. Another success story. Absolutely, please. This theater is the last standing single-screen theater in this city. So I would like to thank Jan Van Dice for investing in our city, our history, and our future. For your efforts, I'd like to present you with this memento of that memorable evening. Jan has worked for many years investing in our city, but I think the Art Theater really is the iconic feature of a lot of work that you've already done, and I know you're doing a lot of work here in the city and you'll continue to do so. But there's something very special about the Art Theater. People come from all over the region. It has a special meaning to a lot of individuals, and for you to invest in that and to invest in our culture and our history, I want to personally thank you.
Thank you very much.
By now, the sun had started to set, making the giant screen dark enough to say those magic words and reveal what everyone had come to see. The sneak preview and premiere of Inside Long Beach's 3rd season show. And without further ado, we're going to get this show on the road.
That's right.
The reason why we're here, the 3rd season premiere of the award-winning show, Inside Long Beach. Let's check it out right now.
Now, what about the rehabilitation process? Why do this? Well, like the name of the program states, renovating rundown properties removes blight and eyesores, and thus stabilizing neighborhoods. So let's take a look at some of the homes before they began the makeover process.
Every month since 2008, Inside Long Beach has been showcasing the projects, the stories, and the people that are helping make Long Beach a great place to live, work, and play. So join us this season, and if you want to drop us a note or visit us on location, don't forget, we're on Facebook, and we regularly update our website with all the latest scoop. Wonderful, open, green space. You ever wonder who started city parks and why? Well, I'm Farouk, and today I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour to a few parks right here in Long Beach, and we're going to get you the scoop. But before we get started, here's a few fun facts. The city of Long Beach has a total of 159 parks, 28 community centers, 6 miles of beaches, 69 tennis courts, 52 playgrounds, 5 golf courses, 3 pools, 3,200 marina slips, 5 dog parks, and 4 skate parks. Now that's a whole lot of opportunity for recreation. And here in Long Beach, our very first park opened in 1888. Then it was known as Pacific Park. But today, residents know it as our own Lincoln Park. Today, while there are many parks throughout our city, we still need more. In fact, our city has a very specific goal, and that is to provide 8 acres of green open space for every 1,000 residents. And since 2002, with the help of grants and the Long Beach Redevelopment Agency, the city has developed and dedicated 31 acres with an additional 150 plus in acquisition or construction. You want to see? I sure do, so let's go. Back in September 2009, in the heart of North Pine on 9th Street and Pacific, the K9 Dog Park opened, transforming this once vacant lot into a mini paradise for our 4-legged friends and their 2-legged companions. Making parks better and expanding the services offered is also vital, and this has been evident since February when a large expansion project began at Admiral Kidd Park. A brand new park starting from scratch? That's what's been happening since April 2010 when the official groundbreaking for the Rosa Parks Park was held. Celebrating a grand opening is always fun, and the Promenade Square grand opening in July 2010 was no exception. Just a few weeks later, in August 2010, in the 6th District, many in the community gathered for the McBride Park Teen Center and Skate Park groundbreaking. Wow, we're talking about openings and groundbreakings for days. And here to discuss the partnership between parks and the RDA, we've asked Sandra Gonzalez to join us. Thank you for joining us, Sandra. How are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
So Sandra, when I think of the RDA, I think of houses and office buildings, not necessarily beautiful parks like this one. So tell me, what's the connection?
Well, since the early 1990s to present day, the Redevelopment Agency has worked very actively with Parks and Recreation to find lots, find open space in high density and blighted areas and help improve the quality of life of those communities.
Now, what are some other things that RDA bring to the table? I mean, are we talking about land acquisition, getting the land? Are we talking about design, maybe the layout of the park? Tell me some more, maybe all of the above.
Well, all of the above. The Redevelopment Agency has been really great in terms of funding acquisition of land. They're certainly at the table with us when we go out to our communities and do outreach for what does the community want to see in this park, and they help fund the design, the construction, and they're at the table all along the way with the Parks and Rec Department.
So why is it important for the RDA to invest in parks?
Well, there is an absolute fact that crime is reduced in a neighborhood that has a lot of parks and open space. And so with that connection, we find that especially in these more depressed and blighted areas, there's a lot of high density. We need a place for kids to go after school. So by providing community centers and programming and parks, open space for these kids, it gives them a place to go after school and perhaps deter them from crime and future gang activities.
Now with lowering crime and everything else, I mean, putting up some of these beautiful parks, I hear there's a lot of awards that you guys have won. Tell me about some of these awards that the parks have won here in Long Beach.
Most certainly, and actually it's the most prestigious in the country, and we won it twice. We won it in 1998 and 2006, and that's the NRPA, which is the National Recreation and Parks Association Gold Medal Award.
Nice.
And this award specifically is given to honor communities throughout the United States whose Parks and Rec agency has done the most with creating a civic pride and a department recognition within their city.
Now, I understand that there's something new going on at the Orizaba Park. Can you tell me what the RDA involvement is in that project?
You bet. Orizaba Park is a great park. It's been there since 1938. Wow. And so in 2008, the redevelopment agency purchased an additional 2 acres to add to the park. So the new project that we will start construction next month is we are expanding the existing park to over 5 acres. We will be redeveloping the entire park, the original area, adding the new area, basketball courts, playgrounds.
So Sandra, you guys are definitely staying busy, huh?
We are very busy, yes.
All right, well, indeed, thank you very much for joining us and appreciate your time.
We want to thank you, and actually on behalf of the Department of Parks and Recreation and Marine, thank you for bringing this to the light in terms of our collaboration with the Redevelopment Agency. We're so thankful to have this wonderful joint projects with them, and we've really worked together well. So thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we've got a lot of parks that are expanding, some new parks coming up, but don't forget to go out and visit the dozens that we already have. Enjoy them, explore them, and have a good time. Now, for more information about the RDA, go check out longbeachrda.org. I'm Farouk for Inside Long Beach. We'll see you next time.
Welcome to Neo Zoe, right here at 15th and Pine Avenue near downtown. Built with contributions from the Long Beach Housing Development Company in collaboration with Hughes Development, Inc., these 22 Cape Cod-style units are 2- and 3-bedroom townhomes that are providing new affordable home purchasing opportunities for our residents. Inside, they are stunning to say the least, with master suites, which include a private study, ultra-modern kitchens with granite countertops, and convenient upstairs in-home laundry hookups. The exteriors boast a lush landscaping, internal U.S. Postal Services, and much more. For the families that live here now, this is truly a dream come true. But with home ownership has come another new responsibility, being part of a homeowners association. So to find out exactly what a homeowners association is and how it works, we've come to the home of one of the residents of Neo Zoe, Marco Gomez. So let's go inside and see what he has to share. Hey everyone, this is Marco, and he is the president of a very exclusive club with only 22 members, the Neo Zoe at Pine Homeowners Association. Marco, tell me a little bit, what is the Homeowners Association?
Well, homeowners associations are basically a group of members that is comprised of homeowners, those that have bought a condominium. It's basically needed because we all share a common area. We have common patios, common parking, and we'll have to take care of the property as needed. So we like to have a consensus, and that is why it's essential to have a homeowners association.
Now, does everyone need to participate?
Yes, it's very important that everybody participates so that nobody feels left out, but most important so that everybody gets their input in.
What kind of rules, restrictions are in this agreement?
The rules are basically governed by what's called CCRs, which are basically rules that apply to the entire association. Among these rules, you're going to find certain restrictions. For example, in our association, we have agreed not to change the color of the exterior. We have to have a certain amount of plant life. Everybody has to agree to the parking layout. If anybody wants to deviate from that, they have to bring it to the board to make sure that it doesn't change the lay or the foundation of the complex.
Now, what if, per se, someone does break the rules? Are there any exceptions? What happens?
Once the rules are broken, which hopefully nobody ever does that, the management company gives them a warning notice. The first one is kind of like, hey, you're not supposed to do this per whatever regulation applies. Sometimes it happens because they don't know that there's a rule. If they are persistent, then there's a monetary figure that is attached to breaking certain rules.
So there is a fee. And what happens with that fee?
The fee goes into the main pool for the association, which that fund is used to upkeep the gardens, the patios, the common area, pay the bills, which covers the water bill, covers the landscaper, and covers the maintenance of the main common area property.
Tell me, can the amount of the fees change?
Yes, every year the responsibility of the board, especially the president and the treasurer, is to evaluate the expenditures and the funds that are coming into the association. We have to keep up with the cost of living, so we increase the fees every year. However, the increase is only less than $10.
Now, based on your experience, what would you tell a prospective buyer, home buyer, about the Homeowners Association and how does it benefit?
Definitely read the CCRs, all the documents they give you. Don't just sign off on them and say, okay, here, I just want my house. What you're signing is an agreement that you are going to live with other people around you, that you're going to share in the decision making, that you're going to take the time to participate in your living surroundings, because whether people think it affects them or not, it does. You are going to have to live with the color scheme. You're going to have to live with the fees, with your neighbors. Much like apartment complexes, you are going to have to put up with certain inconveniences, but at the same time, you're going to have the responsibilities of a homeowner.
Marco, thank you very much. I learned a lot today about the Homeowners Association. Do you think that you could give me a quick tour right here on Neo Zoe on Pine?
I'd love to give you a tour. I think our property is one of the best, and I think our association will definitely welcome your visit.
All right, well, thank you. Let's go ahead then. Well, there you have it, the 411 on homeowners associations and how they work. If you're looking at purchasing a townhome or other jointly owned property, be sure to read the Homeowners Association agreement and make sure there won't be any hidden surprises after you move in. To get more information, log on lbhdc.org.